Here's trusted Democrat governor of New York, Kathy Hochul, saying what she thinks out loud.
Young black kids growing up in the Bronx who don't even know what the word computer is. They don't know. They don't know these things.
That's probably not what she meant. Let's take a closer look at what she meant.
Young black kids growing up in the Bronx who don't even know what the word computer is. They don't know. They don't know these things. And I want the world open up to all of them, because when you have their diverse voices innovating solutions through technology.
Good evening and welcome to Lies You Can Trust. Some of these are being pulled off the market for blood clots and whatnot. So tonight we have to do damage control, as it turns out what we've been telling you hasn't been absolutely true. But don't worry, we won't admit we were wrong, because it was the best information we had at the time. We'll also be giving you a rundown on what the world's biggest hypocrite has done, but at least he refuses to apologize for it. But before we get to that, here's what your kids will become if you send them to college.
Do you know what makes me special? I'm a queer. And I'm a
Bright future they have, where they'll be able to spell at least some words almost correctly. It's also exciting to see a lot of college students bringing back trends from the 1930s. Please do send your kids to college. It's for the greater good. And now to the main story. Do you remember the pandemic that we did? It was pretty good, right? The pandemic that saw the flu coincidentally drop to almost non-existent levels because of the science? Well, after years of vile conspiracy theorists touting dangerous misinformation where they'd call life-saving protocols things like clot shots. Those shots are now being taken off the market because it turns out they cause clots. Specifically, AstraZeneca has to take theirs off the market after the company admitted that it causes rare side effects. And please note, those side effects didn't exist until the company had to admit it. Let's hear more.
AstraZeneca is moving towards withdrawing its COVID-19 vaccine worldwide after admitting to a rare side effect. There's a link between the jab and blood clotting in parts of the brain or stomach that can cause long-term disability or death. The drug maker applied to stop use in the European Union, with plans to do the same around the rest of the globe. Our regulator discontinued the vaccine last year.
Those rare side effects can be pretty common, unfortunately. Now, one of the faces that you were gullible enough to trust when it came to making decisions about your body is Chris Cuomo. Cuomo, before receiving a career promotion by being fired by CNN, regularly spent airtime demanding that you get vaccinated while staying away from ivermectin. And now Cuomo has admitted that he got sick from the very thing he was promoting, and he takes ivermectin. Rules for thee but not for me is always exciting. Let's hear what Chris said recently.
I'll tell you something else that's going to get you a lot of hits. I am taking a what do they call it? Like a regular dose, you know, whatever. They're trying to build up of ivermectin. Ivermectin was a boogeyman early on in COVID.
You couldn't talk about it.
That was wrong. We were given bad information about ivermectin. The real question is, why?
Well, Chris, it turns out why we were given bad information about ivermectin is because you gave it to us.
Ivermectin, a dewormer, really?
Yeah.
They need to be called out in shame. So resistant to reason and reliant on lies that they would rather try poison. You're not a horse. You are not a cow. Taking a drug that's given to livestock as an anti-parasitic, it doesn't work. Please don't take it.
But you'll be relieved to know that Chris Cuomo has offered no apology or taken any responsibility. And that's why his lies are lies you can trust. After all, he was just innocently shaming people into taking shots from pharmaceutical companies that have a proven track record of safely and effectively putting the health and best interests of people first. Meanwhile, Pfizer has settled in 10,000 lawsuits against them for failing to warn people about the cancer risks in their safe and effective drug called Zantac. I still think they should have mandated that one too. This just in! Chemtrails definitely don't exist. If they did, don't you think you'd be able to see them? And in keeping up with the times at We Lie to You News, we've recently committed to hiring more women. Not out of social pressure where we're just trying to make the optics look right. We're doing it because we know women automatically bring more to the table than men do. So for today's weather report, let's throw it over to our new meteorologist, Kelly. Kelly, how's the weather looking today?
I don't know what's going on.
Didn't think you would, Kelly. And finally, the Boy Scouts of America have gone non-binary so they can be more inclusive by changing their name to Scouting America. Some say the Boy Scouts are just caving to woke culture after they had to pay $2.5 billion in lawsuits related to sexual abuse of boys, which is another lovely dimension of woke culture. But now, girls, non-binary, unicorns, trans, agender, and furry children will all have the opportunity to be abused by the organization, and that is inclusivity. That's it for today's news. Remember to vote blue in the upcoming election so we can finally end racism.
Young black kids growing up in the Bronx who don't even know what the word computer is.
Just like she's doing. Good night. My friend, you've heard me talk about the Wellness Company and their emergency medical kit for a while now, because I love it. And this next product is one I honestly believe every American should have also. Spike Support. Use your imagination why. I mean, for crying out loud, with so many previously healthy people experiencing things like myocarditis, blood clots, menstrual irregularities, turbo cancers, and the brand new died suddenly phenomenon, you kind of have to be blind with your head in the sand to not know that something is up. Many trusted experts who have been heavily censored believe the culprit is spike protein. So many people, myself included, have been looking for answers on how to stay healthy, and we know those answers aren't going to come from Lord Fauci and folks like that. But truth-seeking doctors like Dr. Peter McCullough and Dr. Drew Pinsky and their team at the Wellness Company have emerged with some answers. And now, thanks to the Wellness Company, there's actually something we can do. Spike Support is a unique blend of natural nutrients designed to help dissolve the spike protein in your body so you can stop waiting for the other shoe to drop and start feeling like yourself again. Reclaim your health at twc.health/awaken and use the discount code AWAKEN for 15% off. That's twc.health/awaken, discount code AWAKEN. I believe in this fight for truth and medical freedom, you owe it to yourself and your family to take back control of your health.